Alright, you might be wondering, what's in the daily fit of an actual construction worker? Let's see. What do I reach for the most? This wire tester. This tells me if I'm gonna die or not. And it comes with a flashlight. That's primary use. But this also useful. But yeah, I find myself reaching for this more often than not, surprisingly. So this is like the most important tool. You can see from the wear even here. I bought this only last year, and already everything's already faded. So great tool. Love to have it. Anything else in that pocket? No, just the usual. Just like wallet, phone stuff, vape, weed pen. I am a drywaller, by the way. Um, let's see what else we got. Oh yeah, Sharpie. Yeah, very important. Always having a marking tool on hand. You waste so much time trying to find something like that on the site. And oftentimes I find myself just like reaching for a screw, and scoring a thin little line, and it just doesn't work. Well, it does work, but it just sucks. Anyway, pocket knife. It's a bit of a bougie knife. It's the Milwaukee thing. It's awesome. Love this knife. Just changed it with a new razor blade. Had a really old one. Actually, I should have kept that on for this. But yeah, no, don't change razor blades often. You can get away with a lot. You can punish these a lot, surprisingly. Even though guys will be like, oh, I change this 5 times a day. Anyway, it comes with a little bit driver, if I can open that up. Yeah. Flathead, because I find myself reaching inside of receptacles a lot. But it has a Phillips on the other side, too, so I do that. Anyway, what else we got? Oh, yeah. Actual knife. This will, well, when the razor blade gets dull, you just... Oh, how does this work? I haven't had to reach for this for a while. Oh, yeah, there we go. Anyway, this will also score drywall and other things. Another Sharpie, because you waste so much time looking for these things. So, best to keep a second one on you, just to be safe. And a pencil. The painter, surprisingly, gets mad a lot when you use these Sharpies. So, if you're doing any work for anything the painter's going to be touching, definitely use a pencil. The painter will be a lot more happy with you. So, yeah, I keep that well safe and protected. And of course, pencil sharpener, because I think construction pencils are a scam. And you can only sharpen them with a utility blade, and usually the thing gets too dull and you can't sharpen it. So just a little cheap penny, maybe less than a penny, little sharpener and a regular cheap pencil that you can just buy from like schools and shit, and you're set. Another sharpener, because oftentimes those things get lost. What else we got here? We got, surprisingly, even though this one's worn, it'll still work. These little pieces, it's a hardware for bifold kit, or bifold door, sorry, closet door. You might have these, you may not. Older homes usually have these. These surprisingly go out a lot. And by go out, I mean go missing. I don't know how that happens, so it's just best to keep one on you all the time. This is a clamp, not important. What else we got? Oh yeah, this goes missing on them too. We got Phillips head. Best to keep one on you in case you just need to change out. Same if you need to drill a pilot's hole. This also goes missing a whole lot. Same for a bifold. Another Phillips, because this one will go missing at some point in the middle of the day. So got to keep a second one on you. Drywall bit, because I am a drywaller. Do I have a screw gun? No, we are poor. Okay, I think that's the last in my pocket. Yeah. Okay, next. A few more Sharpies, because this and this like to go missing a lot, so you gotta keep a third one on you. One more, because that one will go missing. And that one will probably go missing too, so it's best to keep one more on you. Again, you waste so much time looking for these, so it's best just always keep one on you. at some point in the day, you're going to encounter a leak and you're not going to have the right materials to fix it. So you're just going to put a lot of this on it. And that's how you fix it. And it's going to last, at least long enough for them to close. Utility knife is really good for also cutting drywall. You can hook your your measuring tape real easy onto this. Straight, no hassle. Unlike this, it's a hassle because I'm left-handed, and the assist little things that on the side, if I can get them. That on the side, right there, that little bevel is meant for your tape measure to hook onto, make it easier for you to score drywall with or any other material. Only for right-handed people, so this helps because I'm left-handed. So just put your blade on this, easier control, way better product for doing that. So gotta keep that. Little USB-C charger for any flashlights that we have, because we oftentimes work late and the sun goes down, and it sucks when you're working in the dark. You don't get a good finish. Another pencil sharpener, because those like to go missing too. See, just like that. It's eventually going to go missing. It will be missed. Cock bottle tube, just simple one. Just got a little cap for it, Those things like to harden up, makes it hard, especially with silicone. You're gonna have a hard time if you don't put that on there. But even though I carry that on me, I fail to put it on, so it sucks. What else got? Oh yeah. That is the cap. Loose wires, or tie something in. Oftentimes, you might have to do that in the middle of the day. Same with this. This is real simple. Actually, I only use this cap wire, or wire a simple fixture, like a light fixture in. This, in case you need a really big Sharpie line, you need to keep that on you. Okay, we're getting into the fastener drawer. Okay, so all these are all great things to have. You'll oftentimes need them throughout the day. These are my everyday carries as a construction worker. But a few other things that sometimes you'll need. Sometimes you get a really bad day. It's just, a few more Sharpies. Like, sometimes these things are just constantly going missing. So you just need a few more to keep yourself just safe, making sure you're never going to run out of a writing utensil throughout the entire day. But sometimes those will go missing, so you need a few more. See, that one just went missing. Oh well, it will be missed. And these can even go missing. So you just need a few more. Yep, a few more. But even then, people will take these, or you share them. Yeah, be nice, So you just need a few more for yourself. But even then, I think one more is safe. Also, you'll need another wire nut because, you got your neutrals, you got your lives, and sometimes they just nutted the grounds. Yeah. One more Sharpie just to be safe. Lighter. Oftentimes, you might need to use shrink wrap or just light cigarette, take the edge off. More Sharpie just to be safe. More of these sharpeners because these like to go missing. One more of these wire nuts because the other one went missing, so now we can properly tie our grounds in. Carabiner. This is a really cheap one. Doesn't really have a lot of holding strength, but sometimes it's useful. Maybe one day. We'll see. I might just rotate it out. This would be strictly for capping wires. I don't even know why that came with a fixture. Sometimes you need a long drywall screw. Actually, I don't know if this... Yeah, it has to be. It's weird that it would have threads here and not up here for being a drywall screw. Kind of makes it more of a fastener, but oh well. I mean, it's even a Phillips, so it's going to cam out if you try to put force on that. Interesting design choice by the engineer. Another one of those, just be safe. Sometimes you'll need them. for fastening some shims in, perhaps. Some drywall screws in case you hang up a board and you realize your pouch is empty. So you need some emergency drywall screws, a couple more. Just make sure you can hold up the entire board. And then make sure you always refill your emergency ones. And one more. Oh, actually, this is for either you gotta fasten something structurally, kind of, or you just, you gotta draw something in, Framers love this shit. I don't have the big lag on me because I had to sacrifice it today, but that's basically the point of this, is the big lag that solves all your problems. Another drywall screw. Yeah. Actually, that one was in drywall at some point. I guess I saved it. Another Sharpie, just in case, the others go missing. One more of these. I don't know why those are all in there, actually. A trim nail, sometimes you need a good trim nail. That's a little nail that can get painted over. Another drywall screw, just in case, you drop a couple of them when you're trying to get that sheet up. You are struggling. Another one, in case you need a smaller one. I don't know, maybe you're trying to not protrude through a wire in the wall. That's usually what I would use that for. Another one of these. Another one of these. In case you encounter a few more wires you need to cap while you're working. And one of these. Just to make crimping grounds easier. Hardly ever use these. I know they're kind of versatile, but honestly, kind of overkill.